This place was electric. 4 goals right at the end. Kyle Palmieri, Matt Martin, Scott Mayfield, and Anders Lee. And now we have a series. Islanders right back in it. The first playoff game at UBS Arena is a winner. 5-1, the final score. Welcome inside the Great Hall where it is loud. I can't hear myself think. Alan Fearing, Thomas Hickey with you. What a night. And for these fans, it's just beginning, Thomas. This place is absolutely going nuts. What a game, and what a finish. And again, now we have a series.
Yeah, it's deafening. And what a thing momentum is. You talk about just in a short spurt, you score 4 goals in a matter of 3 minutes. But what does momentum do in a series? All of a sudden, you're looking at perhaps going into overtime or down 3-0. Like you said, we have a series right now, and you just can't wait, if you're the New York Islanders, to get back on the ice. You cannot wait for Game 4 as you see everybody going absolutely bonkers inside here.
Just a few of the fans here at our set losing their minds, as they should. This is what it's all about, as you heard Casey Cizikas talk about. Fans have dreamed about this moment.
That's great. You fire them up.
This is awesome.
That's great.
This is great. Hey,
this is home ice now. I talked about home ice, and the people that say home ice doesn't mean anything, I don't care what the team's records were after the first couple games in every series. It doesn't matter. This is home ice. This is what it's all about. And 1 goal turned into a surge, and all of a sudden 1 goal at the end to get the lead turns into a surge, and people don't want to leave this place.
It was a 1-1 game for the longest time up until the end, but very much like games 1 and 2, it was tight. The battles were there. The physicality was as good as it gets.
Yeah, it was. Physicality was great, and the nasty stuff at the end. I talked in the opening about the need to have the nastiness in your game, and as the game goes on, it has an effect. And when you're perhaps bigger, when you're perhaps tougher, perhaps stronger, when you got the personnel on the ice, if you get in a headlock, your buddy's right behind you, and he's going to put someone else in a headlock. And at the end of the day, you're going to have more guys in the fight than them, and that's got to be the belief for the New York Islanders. Just a team win, and this really exemplifies everything that they did all over the ice. You're standing up for each other. You're in the fight with one another, and I love it, right to the bitter end. And the Carolina Hurricanes, right, we're going to tip our cap. They're going to be right in it, but the New York Islanders, the bread and butter of their game is competing, outwilling, and outworking you, and that was on display tonight.
It was funny, the 3 stars of the game all finished the game in the dressing room because they all had to come out with all of that stuff going on there at the end of the contest right before the final horn. They are getting after it here at UBS Arena, celebrating the win. 5-1, the final. Let's take a look back at how this one played out. The Islanders and the Hurricanes in Game 3. No score in the first, so we went to the second. And the first goal of this contest went to the Islanders and Casey Cizikas.
Yeah, the moment everybody was waiting for. I talked about Cal Clutterbuck. Your job is to make number 8 turn. And once you do, turnovers happen. And what a play by Ryan Pulock. The vision on him, getting up to the blue line, and then that extra stick handle. He's feeling his game right now. You can see the peripheral vision, and what a finish by Casey. That's the scene you want to see. 2 guys that work the hardest. Cal and Casey, you got Marty there. What a big role they played this evening.
It was almost 2-0. Look at how close this one came to the goal line. Antti Ranta down. He stretches across that puck's airborne, falls at the goal line. And you see the referee there in the background waving it off, no goal. So still 1-0, Carolina would come back and tie it.
Yeah, your power play was at issue. And does this get you down? Does this put you out of the game? Does this change the series? It doesn't need to. It will if you let it. And for the Islanders, we'll get to their power play goal coming up. This one stings, and there's been too many shorthanded chances lately, but it's all about what lays in front of you when it comes to the power play. And will you get that opportunity? And what can you do with that opportunity? And I talked about J.G. Pageau and what a game he had and the work that he did. We talked about the Carolina pressure that you're going to receive. As this puck comes back to Pageau, you're going to be under siege. You're under pressure. Can you win the stick battle? Can you get your head up against one of the better defensive defensemen? And Kyle Palmieri presenting his stick. Sebastian Aho throwing his strike. Where do you think he wants it? Right where he's presenting his stick. What a tip and what a moment.
What a time for a power play goal, too. Islanders leading 2-1. Let the floodgates open. Next up, Matt Martin.
Yeah, and Kyle Palmieri, once again, Matt Martin, what are you going to do? You're going to defer to the more skilled player on the ice, and you're going to get in a good spot and show that you got some skill. You've got some finishing ability as well. What a shot by Matt Martin. Didn't waste any time with that thing on his stick. And as you move forward, Scott Mayfield, these are the moments. This is what you talk about. This is this is determination. You're getting hooked as you go down to the ice. You have a great stick, and you see Scotty in front of the net here. As this thing goes around, get your stick on it. You're falling down. You got a 3-1 lead. You got a chance to throw a dagger. You go all the way down the ice, and that's a good feeling for Scott Mayfield. And that wasn't it, as Anders Lee continued to pour it on, and the fans were just celebrating the goals. Two goals before that. Casey Zizekas, another big one. You can see the feeling for Anders Lee. He's involved with Horvat. The whole gang's in there, and that one feels good. And that's just the sort of momentum that can happen, the snowball effect in a hockey game. And of course, you wanted to see it earlier in the game. I'm happy we waited till the end. What an ending. Yeah.
Well, how historic was that there at the end? 4 goals in the span of 2 minutes and 18 seconds there at the end of the game. The fastest 4 goals scored in Stanley Cup Playoff history. Yeah, that's amazing.
History was made tonight. Can you believe that? And I talked about home ice, and you can't throw everything on home ice, but all of a sudden you could see the Carolina Hurricanes were a bit overwhelmed. They didn't even have a chance to catch their breath, and all of a sudden you send a message, and it's not like they were threatening the entire game, but they were working towards that, and all of a sudden the dam breaks and it explodes.
I thought our guys did a phenomenal job of that, especially responding after the end of the second there. But we played our game the whole way through. We were solid all night, and like I said, some big plays from Pools, Casey, and Palms on his own, and then Palms to Marty. It's just awesome.
It had to make you feel good that Sorokin was on top of his game.
He's always on top of his game. He's always solid. He's been solid all year. No different tonight. Like I said, we get asked this question all the time. He's a phenomenal goaltender. He played great tonight.
How crucial, you get those 3 penalty kills, really in the second period. I know Palms' penalty was at the end of the first.
Yeah, no, big kills.
And then Casey's the guy to score after he'd been out shorthanded all that time.
Yeah, I mean, those guys are workhorses. Penalty killers, it's a very tough job. You're eating shots all night. And the last couple of games, we've had a lot of time to kill. So, phenomenal job by the whole unit. And those guys, all the selfless work they get rewarded with a big goal.
How much did you feed off the crowd tonight?
Yeah, we fed off it. It's huge. It's fun to be home. It's fun to be in front of our fans. Fun to be back here on the island playing playoff hockey with that group out there. A lot of fun. I hope they had a great night tonight, and we can't wait to see them again on Sunday.
You talked about
on tilt like that at the end of the game. Does that just feel like a job well done that you guys did what you wanted to do to them?
It just was one of those things, I think, where they were going. They were going in. We're getting the bounces that we hadn't maybe been getting. Some great plays. So I think it just we played all the way to the end, regardless of the score.
You talked about grinding it out. Was there more desperation, you think, or you just stuck to the plan?
This is playoff hockey. We're desperate every night. But we were able to put a couple in and get a lead tonight at the end there with that tip from Palms, and to really put ourselves in a great position.
You were more desperate. You definitely came here and were very physical and very determined tonight.
Yeah, obviously we dropped 2 on the road. I thought they were tight games, but we knew we had to come in here and find a way to win a game, and thought we did a really good job of sticking with it. We gave up the shorty, but we didn't sit back. We got back on it, and obviously, huge third period.
You grinded it tonight. I mean, it's a game that could go any way in the third, and then all of a sudden you bust it open. Can you talk about how you stuck with it?
Well, that's playoff hockey. I mean, it's always tight, and it's you got to keep working until you get your moment. And I thought we had a lot of really good looks. A lot of scramble plays we couldn't find, and we didn't get discouraged by that. We stuck with it, and we found one. Then, we just kept going.
What kind of lift did you get from Sorokin tonight?
Oh, he was great. He was great every night. He's there when we need him every single night. So he does his job. We try to do our job in front of him.
First game in this building for playoffs. What do you think?
Unbelievable. Obviously, it was a year too long, but coming here, their fans were energetic. It was loud. It's nice to feed off that.
Is that the definition of opening the floodgates?
No, I mean, it's one game. Obviously, it's good to close it out that way, but, we start fresh again on Sunday.
You're holding these guys to an average of 2 goals a game now. Is it just what's, I guess, been working for you guys?
Well, our PK has been really good. The first game, they got a couple on us, but I thought we'd done a good job since then. But we're just trying to battle. We're doing a good job defensively, forward, D-man, trying to end their movement, trying to get pucks out, and just try to clear our net, let Ilya see the shots.
How good was it to see some of your veterans step up to like Palms and Martin and Suzuki?
Yeah, I mean, that's playoff hockey. I mean, you need guys to step up every night, and, those are key guys on our team. They've been key guys here for a while, and obviously they got the job done for us tonight.
Just kept on grinding. What did that say?
Yeah, I mean, we had some good momentum going in the second there. Even during the PP, like I said, we had a couple good looks, and we didn't find a way to get it in, but we were playing good hockey, and we just went right back to work.
How did the atmosphere compare to others you've been on?
I mean, it's different every time. Obviously, it's one of those things. I look back a couple of years ago at the run at the Coliseum and how special that was, and special for different reasons. I mean, tonight was a special night, opening up playoff hockey at UBS, and our fans were into it. We were into it. Overall, it was an awesome atmosphere and a fun way to finish it off.
What kind of lift?
A chance to make your own, more memories at a new building, new memories, a new building.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think someone asked me about it, kind of coming down the stretch there and trying to make the playoffs and UBS starting to feel like home, and it's moments like tonight and the game against Montreal and clinching and those kind of things. They're memories that our fans have, we have. I mean, some of them don't compare to some of the memories at the Coliseum, but for us in the last 2 years, it's become home, and we were happy to get back here for Game 3.
What kind of lift is that when Sorokin gives you that type of effort?
I mean, he gives us those efforts all the time. You look back the other night, some fluky bounces, and I mean, he gives us a chance to win every single night. He's done it all year. Same with Varley, and we have confidence in both our goalies, and I mean, Sorokin, he stands on his head. He makes the big saves in big moments, and he just continues to do that and get better at it.
Obviously, the members of the fourth line are there to stop the other team from scoring, to get goals from Suzuki and Martin. How big is that for you guys?
It was huge. I mean, Casey's goal was awesome. It was a nice play by Pooley, and but those guys are a huge part of our team, and they have been for a long time with this group, and it's nice to see him get rewarded for that.
Can you take me through your goal? I know you're going to pay the price there. Can you take me through your goal?
Well, I think on the PP there, we were moving it around, and it was getting kind of late in it, so the unit was a little different. But Pedro made a nice play across to Sebi, and I just tried to get myself in front of the net and get in his eyes, and Sebi made a great shot. I just tried to tip it on net and get it in there.
Kyle, in your career, can you remember 4 goals that quickly?
No, I mean, it was special. Like I said, it was an emotional night, and I think we played the right way, and we stuck with it, and our fans stuck with it, and I think it's one of those things that it was a nice way to finish off Game 3, and we'll reset and we'll get ready. Fans will get ready for Game 4 on Sunday.
This team has such a unique identity. Do you guys just revel in that physical play and the way you can just send a team on tilt like that?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's part of our identity. I think we need to play like that to be successful, and it's something that we wanted to get to. I mean, especially in a 7-game series, it's something that you want to make them pay the price for holding on to the puck and going back for the puck, and that's just something that we want to continue to focus on and see where it takes us.
Obviously, you guys kind of broke it open in the third. How did you see the game up to that point?
I thought we were playing really well. We were doing what we set out to do from the start, and we didn't shy away from it. And I think that was the biggest thing. We kept rolling 4 lines. We kept going after them, and I think that was the biggest thing for our team.
How much momentum do you feel like you got off those 3 straight penalty kills? Really to start the third period, and then for you to score that goal.
Yeah, it's especially after the first game, giving up those 2 goals on the power play. That doesn't sit well with us as killers. We want to be better than that, and we've talked a lot. And we've worked on it a lot going into these last 2 games. So it's definitely a big momentum shift, like you said.
And Matt, yeah, I know you lose the two in Carolina, but how much of a foundation do you think you were able to set with the physical play, that carried over into tonight and maybe can, really start to play more of a role as the series grows?
Yeah, well, that's the idea behind it. You want to chip away and be hard on people, and it's not easy to go back for pucks over and over and over again as D-men and having people finishing on you. So, it doesn't necessarily pan out every game, but if we continue to do that over the course of possible 7, it's going to wear on people, and obviously that's a big identity of our team, big identity of our line, and we got to stick with that.
To Matt and Casey, what did you think of the atmosphere in the building tonight, and how much of a lift was it?
Yeah, it was pretty awesome, and I didn't think that anything would be like the Coliseum was, but it was damn close, and obviously our fans bring so much energy for us and really help us tilt the ice, especially in the third period when we really needed a push after giving up one late in the second. So just an unbelievable atmosphere, and we love playing in front of our fans and in this building.
Casey?
Yeah, it's, especially the way that, Marty touched on it, the way our line plays. We feed off of that energy, and it gets us going right from the get-go. So like I said after the game, we love them, and keep it going.
You talk about your team's determination and the way they grinded out this win tonight.
Did I what? Sorry?
The way they grinded out this win, especially after you give up to Shorty.
Yeah, I thought we played hard. I thought, as I said all series long, I thought both teams played hard tonight. But our guys, like you say, after giving up that shorthanded goal, I thought we responded.
How good was your PK, and how much energy did you get from that?
It was good. It was big in the second period. The game could have changed momentum a little bit, and we did a good job on the penalty kill.
What were the keys for you in kind of preventing them from getting too many high-danger chances?
Well, we just, we stick to our structure as best we possibly can. And then, it's just about compete. Everybody's got to compete. Both teams are competing, and, it's just about winning one-on-one battles as best you possibly can.
Obviously, there was some rough stuff there at the end. How would you kind of characterize the animosity that's seemingly been building here from game to game?
Well, I just think, play right to the final buzzer, and it's playoff hockey. So, I just thought it was just a full game.
What did you think of Romanov in his first game back?
I liked him. I thought he was pretty poised with the puck, physical, and he was strong down low in battles. So that helps us with his strength.
And just how big is it to get one on the power play there?
Well, it's huge, actually. A real good tip by Palmieri, and it was clearly well needed and at a critical time, and that's what you have to do when you get a huge power play goal. It's at a critical time.
What could you say about your PK tonight?
Well, I just thought guys were committed, and they did a good job. We had some good block shots. Goaltender was good when he had to be. They've got a good power play. They've got some different looks over there, so we have to continue to, try and match what they have.
Just your thoughts on the atmosphere tonight in the building?
I thought it was amazing. Our fans were great. I knew it would be great, and it was, they didn't disappoint at all.
What kind of lift do you guys get when Marty and Casey are filling the back of the net for you and just kind of setting the tone?
Well, those guys, that was a huge game for them. Big goal by Marty, and then obviously Casey to get us going, and then, at the end with Anders deflecting that. But, they do their thing every night, and, the offensive production certainly is welcomed.
What can you say about the way Ryan Pulock has played so far this series?
Well, I think he's just been real strong, I guess, so to speak. Strong in battles, strong moving pucks. I've liked his game.
What can you say about Kyle Palmieri, too?
Same thing, I guess. Strong in battles down low in the offensive zone. I think he's taken pucks to the net, as he did, in Carolina. And, good net front presence tonight on the power play. So he's been good.
You talked about that power play goal being big. What kind of emotion, I guess, was there a release of emotion or relief when that went in for you guys? And it seemed like all of a sudden a whole bunch of more goals came right after.
For the power play goal?
Yeah, just.
Well, it was a big moment, and then, we knew that, we knew they were going to pull their goalie at some point. So, just one of those things. But emotion, it was good. It was got the crowd going.
Lane, there was a situation where Natchez was checked into your bench, and then he appeared to get up and throw a couple punches at Palmieri or Nelson. Did you see it? Were you surprised there wasn't a penalty?
No, I didn't actually see it. I was looking the other way.
Coach, another great showing from Sorokin tonight. What does a performance like tonight do for the morale and the energy, especially in a playoff series?
Well, he's been doing it all year long for us, so we're very fortunate to have him. Guys enjoy playing in front of him.
Lane, in the playoffs, every game generally is its own, but do you sense that there could be any extra momentum after a game like this going into Sunday?
I just think every game is on its own regardless. You win them, you lose them, you keep an even keel, and you move on to the next game. So that's what we're going to do. We just have a next game mentality.